She was my neighbor.
And they are Lake Malawi, not in Africa, but in the Czech Republic. And let's just say we're ready to dive in. Shall we talk about it?
Let's do this!
She's only a friend of a friend of a friend of a friend. She's never home cause she plays in a band. I don't know if you understand. She's only a friend of a friend of a friend. I had a dream that you walked through the door. I can't recall her name anymore. Please believe.
Their song is Friend of a Friend. Find out who were friends of friends in your personal history with My Heritage. Now listen, the Czech Republic have done something very interesting. They staged an internal selection. It was only online. Lake Malawi emerged as the winner. Then there was a little bit of shade in the fandom. People were a little bit hurt that their favorite didn't win. But I'm sorry, the Czech Republic made the right choice. This live is just excellent. It is so excellent. When they performed at Vidbir in Kiev, people started to recognize that Lake Malawi is a destination. You go to Lake Malawi as a destination vacation, and these boys are there singing very well. Albert has buckets of charisma, loads of charisma, and
he could front any campaign.
Oh yes, he's got the cheekbones, razor sharp cheekbones. Very attractive, but also very nice, very kind. Playful and quirky. The music video, done through Instagram, etc., it captures that quirkiness. I think this is among the most likable tracks of the year, and it also has a mainstream sound. You could hear this on the radio, actually.
UK radio, certainly.
In a number of markets. All of this to say, I absolutely love it. It's a huge grower, and I hope they get the staging they deserve.
Yeah, I think this is so good, actually. And I was one of you, actually, I loved it from first listen, and I think, you know, in years gone by, when the Czech Republic's released early, it has quite rapidly faded back into the pack. You don't remember it, it's not rated. And there's always kind of a sense of borderline qualifier with it, because I mean, Gabriela Gonzakova, until Mikuláš last year, you know, they had not had a happy time of it in Eurovision. However, this I am so confident about. Charisma, buckets of it. Uniqueness, buckets of it. Nerve, buckets of it.
Loads.
Talent. You know, I mean, the Vidbir thing just shows, because they are a band that have, you know, gigged, played live all the time. They know how to play to a stadium. They know how to get people aroused and excited and attuned to it. And I just think the song is so catchy. It's such a new one, but it also just has bits everyone responds to. I mean, the "She was my neighbor," like the spoken bit is just, that's such like a viral moment that everyone will be attuned to and will remember in their head. And yeah, it is very contemporary. It is probably the best radio song of this year's lineup. It's a sound that is huge in the UK. Are there any other bands in the lineup this year? I mean, I guess
it's the only one I know.
Well, yeah, exactly. I just think this is probably excellent stuff. And actually, I think it may even be a bit better than last year. And I really loved Lie to Me as well. I just think this is great from the Czech Republic. So good. Absolutely going to the final.
I love Lie to Me, but this feels so sincere. It feels so sincere. Lie to Me felt sincere as well, but there's something about this. It's so obvious they wrote it, and I know Mikuláš wrote his song. There's something just organic about this I can't describe, that it came from them in a very non-pop way, but a natural artistic way.
I'm in love with Mikuláš Joseph, but I wasn't a massive fan of Lie to Me. And this is my favorite Czech entry ever.
Woo!
I mean, like, this is just so good. And what I like about this is the ease at which Albert executes all of this. You know, like, he's dancing like, friend of a friend of a friend of a friend, she was another. You know, like, and she played in the band. Love it. Love the lyrical breakdown. Love the composition, love the arrangement. And when you're listening to it, like as an audio file, it's got a lot of depth and richness and bass to it as well. It's just banging, it's popping, it's 2019. It's the one song you can dance to without having it remixed. You know, like there is nothing bad here. There are only great things to draw from this. I really like it.
Look, I think we're all in agreement that this slays, so let's go around and give our scores out of 10, along with a justification and a prediction of whether this can advance from the first semi-final, starting with Angus.
It's a 9 out of 10 for me. I think this is properly excellent stuff from the Czech Republic. So catchy, so memorable. They're so infectious and warm and genuine and joyful, living their best life. Yeah, I think this is going to the final, absolutely no doubt. And actually, I really think this is going to make the top 5. I have such a strong feeling about this. Yeah, fabulous. Love it.
I think that this has such a good shot to surprise people. Soft Engine from Finland came top 10, I believe, didn't they?
Yes, they did.
And that, I love that
11,
song.
but nearly.
11, okay, nearly. But this is even more likable than that. Yes, it's a band and they're like doing a rocky-ish, well no, this isn't rock, they're a boy band, but this is a different flavor. We've not had...
It's more like an indie band.
Yes,
Yeah.
and we've not had the flavor of an indie band at Eurovision in quite a while, or at least one that's memorable.
Yeah.
It's ticking a lot of boxes for me, but ultimately this comes down to charisma from Albert. He's slaying with the charisma. Keep that yellow sweater. You don't need no Dolce & Gabbana because you got Albert and Albert, honey. Now listen, we had to submit our scores on April 1st. That's when our accounting firm Ernst & Young needs the score so that they can verify, tabulate, etc. If I was able to give them a score after Eurovision in concert in Amsterdam, I'd give them like a 9, but my score on April 1 was a 7. This is banging.
Still respectable. I'm giving them an 8. There's so much I love about this, and actually it's one of my most played entries, and it makes me happy every time I hear it. I love the fact that, you know, there's 3 very good looking guys, but they're not models. They're just like everyday people, you know, just rocking it out, doing their thing for 3 minutes and just having a bit of an easy party. I love that about them. It doesn't feel like they're actually competing.
Yeah.
It just feels like they're out to have a good time. And Czech Republic does often struggle. Mikolas turned the tide a little bit, and I hope they can latch onto that wave because this deserves to be in the top 10.
You know what excites me is that last year they threw the kitchen sink. Like, it was maybe a bit much. I think this song doesn't need much. And so they don't have to worry about doing fancy cookie, blah, 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 blah. Like Martina Barta, I personally loved. Other people thought she was an exterminator from the future. I think with this, it's hard to make it bad. Like, it's hard to mess this up. I think they've just got such a built-in product. And I love what you said. They aren't competing, they're living. They are just living their best life, bringing together what you guys have said. That is so beautiful and so true. In any case, we are not the only Wiwi bloggers on this planet. They are all over the place, and they also have given scores out of 10, and we have an overall global average, and the score is 6.85.
Ah, it's a little low.
Yeah.
But you know what? I think so many people love this, and it's the people who love this that vote for you, right?
It's a little low.
But it's approaching a 7, which we say is quite hard to do.
I think growth here. I mean, this is the main point is I just think come rehearsal week, this is going to elevate dramatically. And yeah, well, it's like you say, the live performance makes this and it comes alive.
If people had voted after Amsterdam, this would be much higher.
Oh, but the video performance was on point.
Yeah, but yeah, I agree. I don't think everyone watches
But that
video
was so
then.
long ago though, that was like February, that like, and songs come out since then, it was early released, but I think this will go up, 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 up.
Well, that is what we think. What do you think? Are you saying ahoy to a friend of a friend from Lake Malawi? Are you ready to dive in? Let us know here on wiwibloggs.
Be sure to follow us on multiple social media platforms.
And make sure to subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, give us a like and comment so we know what you think of Friend of a Friend.
She was my neighbor when we were 16. We'll see you later.
Bye!